And we're back. We're live. Live on Wednesday night. Hit that like, whether you're hearing it live or you're hearing it on the replay. Do the same thing. Por favor. I'll go ahead and get the chat up right now. We'll go through the formalities. Halfway hump day, live. A lot to talk about. Now, I'm excited because now we got more lives on the schedule. That means we're going to have more live conversations. That's always a good thing, right? So hit the like. Give a shout out to everyone always that taps in over there. Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital, the UPS. They got me on the earbuds over there. The In-N-Out Burger was one of the latest ones, I was told. And the people that stick their heads out of the cars or all that. I just want to say, I say that to say this. I appreciate the support. I highly do. And I appreciate the feedback. And of course, the negative feedback too. What am I going to be shying away? What am I going to be shying away? If they got something to say, let them say it. This is the platform where we let people, this is the people's court. This is for the people. So we're going to let people, let me get that chat up right now. Say what they want to. So I'll get into the formalities. And then let's put the chat up. The chat sometimes is wild. It's like the Wild West. It is what it is. No tapo a nadie. As long as you don't come after my guest. Okay, cabrones. Which we're going to be talking about guests right now. Big announcement. Excited about this one. Really, in general, to get this thing going live. There it is. Okay. You know, it takes me a little bit. I'm going to get the chat up right now, you guys. Highly appreciate you guys that are already tuned in. Don't forget to hit that like. It goes a long way. Even if you're listening on the replay, it goes a long way. It goes a long way to spread the word. It goes a long way. And share button that's linked up to your IG on your phone or your Facebook. That's how it is. Okay, I'm getting it up there. I appreciate you. We'll get into we'll get into the formalities and then into some topics. Okay, that's done. So these windows gotta go. I like closing windows. I'm organized just like that. I'm like that. I think I'm OCD when it comes to organization too. I can't just leave the office and tengo un chingadero all over the place. I wonder if that's just from todos los años de organizando cosas, always here and always there. So let me go through the formality. Shout out all the day oneers, everyone that's in the members only, the backbone of the community, and everyone that's new onto the channel as well. Anyone that's new onto the channel, if you just got put on the channel, whether you're listening live or listening on the replay, appreciate you. And as a recap of where I left off last time, we could be touching some of those same subjects again. I know there's some of those pinchy subjects that we're talking about as far as things that pertain to you, things that pertain to me. Those are the most important ones. Let's not get it twisted. Oh, I also want to give a shout out to Denise, my sister from another mother. Shout out to you. God bless you. Prayers your way. And she hit me on the DM. Oh, she saw the flyer on the live for IG that I put out on the story. And she was like, I'm going through what she, I'll let her say it. But I said, I'm going to send my prayers. And I said, what's more important is God, family. I said, health, and not the internet. I told her just like that. I said, and not the internet. What we do on the internet, what we do on YouTube, which I've called. A lot of people like that name. Some people ran with it. Some people didn't. YouTube Landia. YouTube land. I guess we want to call it as YouTube land. Can YouTube land translate over into real land? Well, of course, if you're going to be a clown, you're going to be a circus clown, then of course it can translate over. Don't forget, hit the like as you're creeping up in there. And this chat is there. Reset. Let's reset that sucker. Figure it out. All right. So excited to announce the first in-person interview. Finally, it's coming. We've been talking about kicking off the series when it comes to in-person interviews. And so When Chicano Tube extends the invitation, we get excited over here. The whole team. This is just me. Yo soy el nomás que da el pinche huitere, right? The whole team, we get excited for people coming on the podcast, and we're going to have great conversations. So the first in-person interview is going to be with the founder of LMF. I'm going to let you know what that is. A group that's called Latinos for Medical Freedom. Miss Karina Powers. Miss Karina Powers, bless us with her presence. We're going to have a great conversation talking about her growing up. There's lots to talk about. Her father marching with Cesar Chavez, growing up involved in issues. And not just that, of course, about everything else that she is, because she's more than that. Then there's entrepreneur, then there's this, and there's that. On top of activist. Excited, I'm telling you right now, cabrones. Sanjo Lifer, I see you, my boy. I see you, Burqueño. That's what's up. I see you. Pocho Live is in the house. That's what's up. Platinum Cookies. That's right. And he said, guard. Damn, that's that. Yeah, that was that picture, huh? Yeah. And so excited about that. That's going to get going. And so that's only going to kick off the interview series. Let's go ahead and get this out there. Let's get the word out. Let's get these interviews going. And we go from there, man. Excited about that one, right? So another thing I got this Friday, of course, is one of my other favorite meetings, which is over there at the youth center, which is the Monterey County Youth Center, which is the youth camp. That's happening also this Friday night. So I like going over there and talking with the youngsters, aunque nomás son, chocolates o papitas, it's not that. It's for them. It's for the youngsters, because I find out, they don't want to go, and I'm not knocking anyone when I say this, okay? Se agüiten. They don't want to go hear the 90-year-old man with the guitar and the dog. They want to hear someone they could relate to. And so one of my favorite meetings is happening the first month, which is the youth center. So the youth center, if you didn't know what that is, it's kind of like, they closed all the California youth authorities. They're all closed. And thankfully, in a lot of instances, I mean, I can't call it, right? Nunca he ido ahí. But I had friends that went over to the California Youth Authority, and when they came back, they weren't the same. They were not the same friends that spend the night at each other's houses. Once they went over there and they came back, it was another level. And so what I'm saying is that, getting letters from my friends that I'm over here. I mean, I'm a troublemaker too. And era antes, cabrón, era. But they're writing letters saying they're running around con cuchillos back and forth. Different time, right? Different time. Someone right now will be like, oh, they're telling the letters. Shut up, man. I don't even know. Shut up. Anyways, here we go. The camp meeting, that's this Friday, right? So appreciate you. Don the plug. Órale. That's what's up. EBK, I see you, my boy. Lito the boss, that's what's up. We're barely kicking it off right now. Let's go off through some announcements right there. So, the camp. I'm going over to the camp. It kicked off a little bit in the beginning because they brought in all the youngsters from YA. And you already know when they put everything, like, they just opened the juvenile facility back up in L.A., Los Padrinos, right? Same thing. It's like a detention center, right? And what happened immediately when they reopened it back up? Riot. Big, huge one. Everyone had to come from the agencies, the sheriffs, all the nearest ones. And there was photos of them running. And this was even at nighttime. So I don't know how long it lasted. It was daytime and it was nighttime. So, in the beginning, I would see the youngsters in my group. And, of course, they want to nature take its course. Because, again, these are facilities, right? They take it very seriously, okay? Disrespect, obviously, they stepping on toes, and everything is taken real, real seriously, right? But then when they brought the youngsters from YA, all of a sudden they started coming out with black eyes. They started coming out with purple eyes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hang around a little bit longer, maybe try to add another second group over so I don't have to wait the month and go every 2 weeks and stuff like that. Just to give them más consejos, trying to be right there in the midst of all the chingaderas, in the midst of everything that's happened. Because I tell them, this is this Friday. I don't want to digress. Just talking about the camp meeting on Friday, you guys. Because I tell them, I said, you could be the tough guy. You could stare at the wall, stare at the cement, and be a tough guy. Or you could be the real man, which is the one your family's been waiting for you to be, by thinking ahead. Get at me, though. Get at me. I'll help you out. I want a legal announcement. I also put this on the community page. That's right, EBK. I see you, my boy Carlos C. Legal announcement. I put this on the community page. He said, "How does Mike have a legal announcement?" Legal announcement going out to YouTube and to YouTube Landia. If you didn't know, a couple videos ago, I had put a video out, and it was in regards to a gentleman, or whatever you want to call him, owing me 10 G's off a business contract. Only business. People thought it was personal, and it's only business, right? Well, the information has already been pulled, and it's an interesting. This guy he's really interesting. I'm not going to put that out there, all of his business, because you can see everything from bank accounts. You can see it all, right? Let's just say that. Easy to gaffle up, because the vato wants to be seen. He wants to be in the spotlight. Well, the spotlight got you easy to gaffle up. So as soon as I get them little 10 G's, I said that to say this. As soon as I get them little 10 G's, I will reach over and I will execute the agreement with the other party as we agreed to when anyone were to default in that. That's a wrap. I won't mention it ever again. I will probably mention it if I read the pinchy comments and you guys make me laugh and crack up over here, which it's the Wild West with the comments. Let's keep pushing it. Let's keep moving on, all right? Gracias. That's right. Review YouTube. Orale, he says, sup, conejo. That's right. And shout out to OG Triple OG. Shout out to OG Triple OG. What about some other breaking news? Now, this would hit different if it was in the United States. But it's in Canada. Canada's the neighbor to the north. Gets ignored, I guess. Whatever shit does go over to Canada. Not too much. There's more activity at the southern border, I think, than Canadian. But I could be wrong. Orale, pinche Brock Lesnar's from Canada. GSP and all them from Canada, right? But the prime minister, who's like the president, okay, he's the president. They don't have it's a monarchy, okay? It's a monarchy in Canada. So they don't have a president, so they don't have the system like we do. And he's going through a public separation. So he got separated. Now, why is that breaking news? Well, again, if it was this president right here in the U.S., Biden, going his son, Hunter 8-ball Biden, people get mad when I say that. Oh, is he this? Is he that? No, I don't know that, but I know growing up in neighborhoods, and I know growing up with roaches, and I know what it is being in welfare lines, hoping to get some food stamps, so I know the struggle, and the struggle's real. So don't think I'm saying that from the wrong place. I put some 20s on OfferUp, and the phone's been blowing up on OfferUp. I shouldn't have put them on before this live, cabrones. I just repainted them. I murdered them out. I said, you know what? They're gonna sell a whole lot faster. Some 20s. They're Savini. You can look them up. Savini BM. I think they're BM 12s. They're 10 spokes, right? So I just shot them with black paint. The tires are like new. Those Firestone GT tires. Tires are like new. I just shouldn't have did it right now because the phone's blowing up over there. Orale, C-Dog. I see you. I send mine to you. Oh, they separated Justin and Sophie Trudeau. I thought it was just newsworthy. Because, again, if it was the Bidens, everyone would want to know about it. Or I take that back. Actually, 90% of the media wouldn't talk about it. I take that back. I stand corrected. Actually, if it happened in the United States, con este way, 90% of the people wouldn't even know about it. We know why. Some people, les encanta. Call me up. 831-205-1735. We could have a conversation about that. So hit me up. There's the phone number right here. Here, I'm going to point to it. Ándale, cabrones. That's the one. The line is open, okay? If there's no glitches or technical difficulties or nada, así, okay? Because those things are out of my control. The other time when there was a power outage, pinches montañas, the internet and the montañas suck. So thank you guys. And hit that like button one time. Por favor. Hit that like button. Por favor. The share button's there también. There's IG stories. That's what I should have done, huh? Real quick, this is how we do it. Oh, I could play that again and again and again. Forgot about this one. All right, we're live on YouTube. Go and tap in right now. Don't miss it. They should already know the link. The link's in the bio. The link's in the bio everywhere, wherever you wanted to find the link. Órale, El Chapo. I said my pinche El Chapo, man. El Chapo's finding out he can't buy himself out of the United States, way. He could buy himself anywhere else. Okay, did you ever see the, oh, my bad, I left my phone on. Did you ever see the videos of Escobar and the mansions he used to have? Did you see those? Basically, Pablo Escobar, what he did was he built his own jail, cabrones. Not going to believe me. I know you're not going to believe me. He built his own jails, this guy, Escobar. So at the same time, he's supposed to be doing time that he's sentenced to for, of course, it's always everything Pablo Escobar was. I don't want to say everything, okay, because then I'd probably be lying, but I'm just saying, in context, most of this shit was RICO charges. We just know that with Pablo Escobar, but him building his own, so it's not out of the realm of possibility, but in the United States, I would say they have a better system with that. Comparing the systems of the government, right? There's different systems when it comes to everything in the governments, right? So I would say the United States has that more as a check mark on their list, that aunque sí pasa, I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying a check doesn't go to a pinche politician or someone, a judge, every Christmas for looking out for that case. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. I'm just saying, overall, I think it'd be crazy, unless someone correct me in the comments or call me and correct me, that some high-profile, individual that's detained in custody is going to build their own little mansion. Is going to build their own little mansion like Escobar did. I don't think anyone's going to do it on the U.S. side. O sea, estos güeros, ay, no juegan esa madre, man. They don't play that. Estos pinches güeros. They don't play that. My güeros know what's up when I say that. They already know what's up. The next barbecue, they're coming over. All right. Except they can't eat no spicy food. Oh, but okay, how about this system? The real estate system. I can speak on that. The real estate system. The real estate system to register landlord and to who holds title, the way it's vested and written in California, is airtight. As far as I know, California, I think similar systems all through the United States, because they're all similar systems within the county and jurisdictions, and they just have different names on the counties. But the system in Mexico, I could tell you this from experience right now. Abuelita could pass away, and there could be 5 brothers. What if there's 8? And what if it's 4 tias and 4 tios? I'm talking about like if it was mine, right? Like this happened. I know of where this has happened. Or it might have happened to you. And it's a general story, right? General guideline. And all 4 tias and 4 tios all went to different lawyers. They all went to different, in Mexico. This happens in the real estate system. And my people here in the comment section know I'm saying the truth. So, yo tengo mis papeles. No, esto es del licenciado del pueblo. No, esto es del Ministerio de las Oficinas de Departamentos de Relaciones Interiores. You get what I mean, right? Love the raza. Did you see how I named that pinche department? That's where I was in for like fucking 3 visits. Oh, my bad. I'm going to watch my language, you guys. There's under 18 that watch this. Appreciate you Taz dogs in the house. Look at that, 559. That's what's up. It's una pinche heat wave allá. ¿Qué onda, güey? It's hot over there, huh? Is it? Or no? Andres Juarez, they don't get nothing. Yeah, okay, the tios. No. It's hard. You know who gets it? The tio that's like the bully. That's who gets it. The tio that's like the bully. They'll say that alpha. There's 4 brothers. There's one that's alpha more than the rest. Am I lying? When are you going to see 4 passive brothers? Not one of them steps up alpha? Wait, from Mexicanos? No, we're not raised like that. Most Mexicanos are raised to be machos. It's true. Am I lying? No, I'm not lying. Alpha, there has to be at least an alpha. Speaking of alphas, you know who I recently started following? You know that dog trainer, Cesar Millan, the dog trainer, right? I recently started. No, I was talking to my wife. She's my witness. About 2 or 3 weeks ago, huh? She's probably in the comment section. Miss Chicano 2. That's right, Chicano 1. That's right. I needed that laugh. That I started following him because I seen a video. It was a lady, una señora in her 60s, right? And she had a vicious German Shepherd. I laugh because I'm like, ¿qué es esta pinche señora con dinero? Con dinero, está vestida. She has a crazy, violent German Shepherd in the backyard who she had to get that dude Cesar, they call him the dog whisperer. One of the baddest dudes, okay? He's a Mexican, right? Mexican dude? Yeah, he's Mexicano. Okay, se mira nopal. I was just saying, I don't know. No, they're just, it could be a different country. Anyways, so they shoot a couple clips, right? They shoot a couple clips. He's in the house, and obviously this is all filmed, gente. So there's a production there. It's kind of like what you don't see around me. This whole studio right here that, as of recently, wait till I'm going to jump back on the DJ board, guys. I just been real busy. I got some goals that I'm trying to crush for the family, and that comes first, right? You got to get off the internet to crush goals, to put the family ahead. That's number one. The pendejadas or the mamadas or the other ones, line that shit later on, right? But anyways, if you can see, I did the DJ booth too as well. The whole DJ booth is black now. Just to show you guys. So when we come back on the DJ booth, we're coming back hard and with a vengeance. We blacked out the whole booth, just like we did this studio right here, right? It started with this and that and this, and then all 6 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know I was counting right. 6 corners, right? Can't forget the ceiling. You can't forget the floor. That dude, Cesar Millan. So what he did was, it was an older lady, like so it says, if I say that, then the ladies are going to get mad. Okay. She was with a vicious German Shepherd. And the dog was like, row, row, row. I mean, crazy. So she bit somebody, calls Cesar. Cesar comes over. Goes in the backyard, tries to get at it in the front, get it in the esquina, tame it, and do what he can do. That dude, Cesar, he's a badass. Okay? Discipline is the definition of what this dude is, okay? And on top of that, it's a gift, okay? I don't want to digress, but it's a gift here where we believe Dios, familia, y cultura reign as pillars amongst the gente. We know that. That's right. Damn, I didn't hear that one. Okay, my bad. My phone, I said offer up. Let me turn the notifications off, man. My bad, you guys. The notifications are going off now. Andres Juarez, smash that like for the raza. That's right. I appreciate you. So what the dude Cesar did was, and it said this in the caption. He goes, so Caesar decided to go and get 3 alpha male dogs, and bring them back with him to subdue Chauncey. I was like, this is going to be good right here. So again, I just found this dude a couple weeks ago on the internet. I think it was on Google, and I clicked the YouTube video thumb because I know it would take me to YouTube. I said, this dude right here, I don't even know. I'm talking about the dog trainer now, Cesar Millan. It is what it is. Órale. It's going to be a good one. So he came back, and when he came back, he had 3 perros. This is how alpha males, I'm going to let you know, this is how alpha males conduct themselves, okay? And I think one of them was like a Great Dane, or like a gray Greyhound, or it could have even been a Great Doberman, but it had size on it. One of them for sure was a Doberman, and the other one was, I want to say it was either a Shepherd, or I want to say it was a Shepherd. There was 3 of them. As soon as these 3 alpha males walk in the room, right? I got to lean a little bit back, right? This is their whole conduct. I'm not joking. Again, this dude, Caesar, he brought these 3 dogs because la señora, she called them, and I don't know why someone de esta, tipo de señora, like, con dinero, and has a vicious German Shepherd that she just got and, like, rescued and doesn't know what to do or something like that, right? The 3 alpha male dogs just walked in the backyard like this. The dog was in front of the pond. Como te dije, tiene billetes. He had a nice pond with a stone splash, big old stone wall going up it, right? And I appreciate you, Brenda Love. She had I appreciate the donation supporting the channel. That's mi hermana right there, La Chicana, Brenda Love. He had a nice splash wall behind the pond and everything, right? The 3 dogs just walked in, stepped on the grass as the dog ran backward, kind of did a little get into his corner kind of thing, and the 3 dogs just did this. I'm saying that was okay. And if you're hearing me on the podcast, then you can't see exactly what it did. I stuck my chest out and I put my chin to the air with the confidence. Okay, these are these body postures of confidence that a lot of people don't know. And my wife knows this because, of course, my wife she's an international photographer, right? Published and all that, right? I'm going to brag on my wife real quick. My wife has been invited. Here, let me just brag on her. My wife has been invited to with the top 1,000 on planet Earth photographer convention in Las Vegas by invitation only. And then imagine being the top 1,000 photographers on planet Earth and then being amongst them and winning amongst them. I know there was a lot of egos. Everyone was a rock star. Let's just say that. Everyone was a rock star, but it was what it was. Your boy's humble. Shit, we're all going in the same hole in the ground. What do I got? But anyways, that's how I acted right now with the alpha male that Cesar Millan, right? Let's change it. Okay, we're going to keep it moving down the hole. But shout out, if you want to follow him on IG, it's called Caesar's Way. Interesting. Interesting. Excuse me. Individual to follow on IG. Foom209, that's one of my members right there. That's what's up. I'm going to be putting something on the members only. I'm going to be getting some cover-ups way. I'm going to put those on the members only as well. I didn't think I was going to be this age doing that, but I'm going to do that. May look like Skip, huh? Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up looking like Skip all the way down because, you know what I mean? It's called evolving, though. It's called evolving. What about, okay, who else was in the news? Mark Zuckerberg has been talking. I'm not going to spend much time on it, okay? It's the pinchy weenie dude, okay? I'm not going to spend a long time talking about the weenie dude. But what I will say is interesting is that he posted a picture, okay? Just the other day, he built an octagon in his pinchy backyard. And that's the way he posted the screenshot of his wife's conversation with them and said, and he told his wife, honey, did you see I put an octagon? It fits well with the land. O sea, however, 1,000 acres that he has, whatever he has, right? Or whatever's his, right? Zuckerberg. Again, I'm not spend long on it. I know how he looks and all that. And they make fun of him and alien look face and all this other stuff, right? That's messed up, okay? That's messed up. Let's not judge people by how they look until you open their mouth. Again, this is the internet, and it's trending, so we're talking about it. And his wife, she got pissed. She responded with a text message that said, I've been working on that grass for 2 years now. I thought that was interesting. Again, I have Musk winning on that one. I have Musk. Speaking of that, Gagey knocked out the Diamond Poirier, smoked them, sparked them, starched them, whatever you want to say, jumped up on the top of the octagon and did a backflip and landed with the BMF belt. And who else gave him the BMF belt? Of course, the Cubano, of course, the Latino, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, who I've been following since like the Kimbo Slice, since the Backyard Fights days. I've been following him because remember, Masvidal, the biggest fight that was like a turn kind of recognize who he is kind of fight is when he fought that dude that was someone commented it was Kimbo's Ray. His name was Ray. Was it Ray? It was Ray. When he fought that dude Ray, there was like a 60-pound weight discrepancy. That's a lot in the street. That's a lot for a chinga. That's a 60 pounds in the street. Again, gente. They're they're slinging them. Okay, this is just with hand wraps on. That's right, my boy. I see you, Foom. I appreciate you. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Let's keep reaching the gente. Let's put the message out there. That's what made Jorge Masvidal who he was. He handed the BMF belt to Gagey, which of course the original BMF belt, which was a fight that I agree was a little bit lackluster, and it was with Nate Diaz, which I have to ride with Diaz. That's familia. I'm always 100% going to have to ride with Nick and Nate Diaz, period, because that's familia, period. And I know he looked a little slow. Now, the fight is this Saturday. Today was open workouts. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz is going down already this Saturday. Today was the open workouts. And my thoughts on the outcome of that, they've been joking around in camp. They've been smoking frajos and hitting the speed bag. And of course, those are just for videos. Those are for 10, 15-second videos. We got to sell the fight, right? And am I going to see it? If I get the opportunity. If I get the opportunity. Last time I was at the Super Show. I'd rather have been at the Super Show. You know what I mean? It was just the vibe. Those are one of those things that I'll catch the highlights to get a real moment up here in my memory. You know what I mean? And then right after that, Navarrete fight Valdez. Okay, that's for the fight fans. Okay, not everyone's a fight fan. Some people don't tune in for sports, and they're like, oh, man, is this guy going to talk about... No, because I could talk football, too. I could talk any sport. Not basketball. I'm not really too into. I went to a baseball game the other day. Oracle Park is off the hook. Let's keep it moving now. Okay. Let's talk about... Okay, we're talking about something that's been trending on YouTube. Let's talk about Tony A's comments that people have been making a reaction to. Didn't I put that in the community page? I said there's some videos of reactions that need reactions to them. And this one was interesting because I've already seen other channels also react to the same comments, which is coming from Rhodium Radio, with all due respect. So, of course, as content creators, we're going to create content. And when I saw that, I said, I'm probably going to have some insight and let the people know, because I was also in the music industry. People want to say, people were probably thinking in their heads, how far, how much? And I'll let you know right now, all of it. As far as my extent getting in there, peak performances or peak concerts or peak promotions, whatever you want to call them. And then it just becoming a memory. And now everyone's just on social media connecting, but that is what it is. And some people got lost in the system, and some people ain't here no more, even breathing on planet Earth and all that. In the members only, I put a photo, and there was like 5 on that cover. Okay, only half of them are still on their feet. That's for the members only. It's not members only. It's not for everyone. Just because it says join the members only, it's gritty, it's grimy. So I like to give that right up front. Okay, Sas. SV16CM saludos. Yeah, that's right. OG triple OG's in the casa. OG, you missed in the beginning. I made a little announcement. I told this on my community page. I was going to do a legal announcement. And so for those that are barely tuning in and might not know, a couple videos ago, I dropped the video, and it was in regard into a business transaction that was strictly business, and people thought it was personal. It's business. It'll always be business, because for anything personal, one, I don't invite it. 2, I don't have a millisecond or a speck of breath or air that I want to waste on things like that. And so we got all the information, easy to find, right? Pinche pendejo is just putting his face out there like a clown. So easy to find, and easy to find his source of income and the accounts and everything else. And este way is he's interesting, man. I ain't gonna put none of the pendejadas out there. That's the last I'm gonna mention of it. And I will execute that agreement. With the other party. And as soon as that comes through, that's ethics. We execute the contract by, with the default clause and dispersing that. So that'll fully execute the whole thing, and it's happening now. Órale, OG. What else was I talking about? Oh, Tony A. Oh, Tony A's comments. Okay, okay, yeah, I haven't. I know. You know, I haven't made a video like that, and I used to upload videos like that, which were reactions, right? But now I'm just gonna do them on the live. I'll give you my live reaction right now. So, and then take the clip and put it later. So, Tony A was on Rhodium Radio, and he basically stated, and I'm not going word for word because I watched it once, maybe twice, on reaction channels only. I missed the live because, and then they re-uploaded, but I still missed it. And I want to give shout out where shout outs are due, huh? Maybe I didn't give shout outs to the Chicano channels. Maybe I shout them out right now, right? OG, triple OG's in the casa. Dankin and Drankin's in the casa. That's what's up, man. I'm gonna be on Dankin and Drankin real soon. Dios, primeramente Dios. Let's say that right there, girl. Primeramente Dios. Okay. Shout out to Dankin and Drankin, the homie hangout. Who'd I forget? Pocho One. Too many channels, right? AC's channel, okay, the new studio. Hey, that's it, man. Puro pa adelante. You know, we need a stronger home base when we're launching out into the community. You know what I mean? And helping the youngsters. Who'd I miss? Rhodium Radio, Hater World, and I can keep going and going and going, right? And so what he said was the music industry, if you had no involvement, and I'm paraphrasing, no involvement in the music industry, that there should be no interviews basically done because you're not going to give the other individual a fair shake and really know the intricacies of what goes on behind the scenes in the music industry. And the gente are commenting, going wild. It's YouTube. It's the Wild West. They'll say what they want to say. No se agüiten. It's just a screen, okay? It's called Computer Land. No se agüiten for stuff that happens on Computer Land. And they'll be like, either supporting or knocking it, and it is what it is. And you know what? Sometimes we just put it out there, and it's like it's a bait. It's just a bait to stir it up. Why? Because you got to have content, and the conversation has to keep going. So I was in the music industry. Oh, let me tell you just my full extent, right? Started in the 90s by having bars, dropping bars, and then from there being in concerts with like Selly Cell, Be Legit, also to getting involved in some promoting and only going as far as like Oregon, California, and nowhere else. And nowhere really in SoCal, mostly around here or up there or Oregon, right? Or Northern California. And then as far as on the back end side, shout out to Young Gun 372 and the ESCs. They know who they are. Shout out to Young Gun 372, all the 372s. I want to send a shout out to is also the Critic. You're in my prayers, my boy. The Critic as well. I want to give a shout out to the Critic. You're in my prayers, my boy. The Young Gun 372, because they know what it is. And I hooked up with him on the publishing side. On the publishing side, because the game has a lot of layers. The game has a lot of layers. And you're wondering why they hate on King Little G? Because one, maybe the numbers. A lot of people. I don't. I'm just talking about the comment section, the bleachers, whatever you want to call it. Why is there a lot of comments, that hate? Well, it's because he's putting up major numbers, and he's been through it because his whole thing was just grinding, when a lot of other Chicanos, unfortunately, didn't have their eyes on the bag and had their eyes on being bad. And I get it. I'm not disrespecting that lifestyle, and I totally get that. Whoever wants to make a career out of that, more power to you. I understand it 100%. I really do. 1,000%. You can say 1,000%. That's why us individuals can go back and do the most damage. When I mean damage, I mean good back in the neighborhoods. But anyways. And so, of course, there was a couple reactions to it. The Hater World was one of the first ones. He did his video on there, and I heard it. Shout out to the Hater World. Shout out to the Hater World. I know not everyone gets along too. Cálmanse, güey, cálmanse. You don't think I don't know? You don't think I know? I don't know? Ultimately, at the end of the day, I think I'm going to be on the recruiting effort to try to reach out to all of the channels and see if there could be a mobilization in one direction. But imagine the damage that can be done. And I mean good. You know what I mean when I say, but imagine the positive that could be done. All the channels that have already dropped videos on each other and are beefing with each other and have had words, and there's this that was said and that was said. I mean, If that's all it was words and no sangre cayó al pinche suelo, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Anyways, let me see what Brenda Love. I see Latin Active tapping in. That's right, my boy. I see you. I appreciate you. You know what we do on Wednesday night, cabron. I was trying to go through some things. I was talking about, Tony A. So what do I say? I say, well, I understand where he's coming from. See, Tony A., obviously he's from a different generation. That's not my generation either. Just because you see, what do you see? The pinche arrugas and the wrinkles. And, okay, wait. Or a little bit of gray. Yeah, a little bit of gray's coming in on the side, but it's going to stay there. That's not my generation. That's the generation of that's 80s. And of course I'm through the 80s, of course, but that's not the era that I came up. That's not the era that I was raised up in. Mine was the 90s. As soon as it turned the 90s, okay? And then all the movies started driving. A lot of the Chicano, which I got samples right here. I'm going to do another giveaway real soon too. I'm going to do another giveaway. How much time do we got? 54 minutes. I'm going to do another giveaway real soon. So I say that was just really to bring attention. I think that was bait, gente. I think that was content bait. And it was what it was. And a lot of people made videos, and hopefully their videos do what they want them to do. If it's ganar dinero, que ganen un chingo, man. Ganate todo el pinche banco, man. Get it as much as you can, and give it as much as you can to the kids too, man. That way, our parents that broke their backs, and we're supposed to get smarter, and our kids, hopefully they don't, ruin it and shit. Pinche prodigal sons. Let's let them eat off our cheese forever. Let the grandkids eat off the cheese. I'll be happy going to my grave. So the Hater World commented, and then the pinche Hater World. Shout out to Hater World also. OG Triple OG. That's right. What he said, he had a video. Pinche, shout out to Hater World. He had a video that said, if C-Mac can take your lady, some. I don't know the whole caption. You could drop it right there, man. Does someone know the caption? Let me plug the phone in. Let's in case anyone wants to give a phone call on current events. Maybe what you thought about that Tony A comment. We'll keep it pushing. If C-Mac, he had a video real quick. The Hater World. If C-Mac can take your lady, you're done. Or what did he say? Something like, I understood what he said, of course, man. It's Chicano el way. It's Chicano. What I mean is I get him. That's why I said it's Chicano. I get him. So if he takes it, on hood. What about Cardi B? She threw the pinche microphone. She threw the microphone because they threw beer. And that beer was drank. So if that beer was drank, it tuvo babas. It had like saliva and spit when it was flying. Okay, did that look like all beer? That looked like half babas, half saliva, which is in English half spit. Maybe I should say that too. In English, orale indica delusion. I see you, my boy. EBK, that's right. EBK's in the house. Who holds the keys? So it was half vavas when they threw it. It wasn't no, full like pint. Like, you get at the Mexican places, you know what I mean? They just fill the pint to the top. And los Mexicanos, they're cold, they're cold. They know what they're doing. They'll let the espuma go down. Because they know you're going to get to the table with all those pints and be like, hey, the dude gave us 20% foam. But anyways, that's right. Disco El Supervisto, he's posted with a burrito right there. That's right. Me and the wifey were just making plans with TJ. Water park's happening. TJ's happening. And a couple other things. And then the Chavalitos go back to school way. And then football starts. Oh, shit. So preseason starts tomorrow, but I'm not going to make this a big old football podcast. Preseason starts tomorrow, and the first game, I think, is 9-7, gente. So you know what I always say in the comment section? You guys can bang your football teams right there. It's freedom of speech right there. And, if you missed the announcement, too, I want to say it one more time because I'm going to come up on the hour right now. I think I started a little bit early. Just let the gente trickle in. The first in-person interview has been scheduled. I want to thank her, who is founder of an activist group, which wears a lot of hats, entrepreneur, a lot of things, and grew up and march with Cesar Chavez and is an influencer, large, huge influencer in the community. It's gonna be a good one, and I'm gonna talk about on that one as well personal family things that has happened as far as medically wise, because she's also the founder of LMF, which is short for Latinos for Medical Freedom. Latinos for Medical Freedom. Miss Karina Powers is going to grace us with her presence and give some words. It's going to be fun. You already know how it is, cabrones. So you already know how it's going to be. But it's going to really help the gente and take them to different levels. I believe it. And then we'll go with the next one, and little by little. So I'm working on that flyer. If you hit that share button, that helps out, gente. That means you could just share it over to your IG. Put it in your stories. Let the gente know where the conversation's at. On that one, I'm going to be streaming to YouTube and to Facebook. On that one, I am going to be streaming to YouTube and to Facebook because that's the demographic where most of our combined following. It's like my beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife. She had so many followers, she had to open the second Facebook. And the first Facebook got packed out. But again, being a small town Chicana from East Salinas, the Alisal district. Shout out to the Alisal district in East Salinas. My beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife being small town Chicana, East Salinas, to going and winning awards with all these cats from Turkey, Italy, Australia, France, many from the U.S., and many from Mexico. And she did like 3-4 years in a row. And then the trophies are really like, we want to just be home more now. We want to be just, our local clients, they love us, man. They can't help talking about us. So we're just blessed, man. And I'll tell that. So I'm going to be talking with Karina Powers about medical stuff, okay, pertaining to some real shit. A lot of the people were liking about those alien hearings that I was saying. If you missed that last one, a lot of people like aliens, so they like that topic. Again, my experiences with aliens is probably as much as El Gallo Negro's experience with aliens. If El Gallo Negro, the baddest Chicano in the barrio, if Gallo Negro had any kind of alien experience, we probably have the same one. But what's interesting as hell is that the people didn't catch when I said it was, and I'm not going to spend long, we're coming up on 8 o'clock. When I said they're spoon feeding us the truth in 2.5 milliliter doses and telling you that they've had spaceships for decades in a program where they're just studying them. And they've also had tissue or bodies. It could just be bodies. And I had mentioned that how Hollywood could really be just telling us the upfront truth of how it is. And us in our finite, systematic minds where we're just stuck on breaking our backs for 70 years, working 1,000 hours a week, having no life really, and a lot of the times just barely getting by and going through paycheck to paycheck all our lives, need to come out of that. So I'm excited for Karina Powers. I can't wait for her. She's going to give so much knowledge to the people. Also going to do a little bit of me and the wifey were already talking about always ordering stuff, huh? Pinchy UPS always coming to the door. Maybe different desks, different this. Always, just trying to level up all the time. It's really for the people. That's why the people win. That way the people win. So those alien hearings, they were tripping out that I said, yes, they got spaceships, they got aliens. And so what are you going to do with that information now? Does it stop and pause you? If it shocked you out of like your core and you're like, whoa, rattled to the bones, or if you deny it 100%, that's okay. You can deny it 1,000% and drop a comment right there or give me a phone call if you want to in regard to that topic. But you're telling me that all of a sudden a man that's, and I know it could happen, okay, but hear me out though, for the most part, someone that's had an ethical career and everything that's come out of his mouth has been the truth, high-ranking Army, Air Force official, he testifies that they've had it for decades. And it comes out really like 1 or 2 clips or 3 clips or 4 clips. I'm not saying that's the nail in the coffin for me, I would like to know more about something before I kind of hang my head on this certain thing. But I don't rule anything out. And here on Chicano Tube, I don't want you to rule anything out either. We question things. We want to know if this is in our best interest or is it not in our best interest. There's a lot of things that I disagree with that are happening in the state that I probably like the most. This is this state. This is California, where we got, people are going to get mad if I say this, the best weather. And arguably, or maybe not arguably, the best scenery. And cuesta un chingo to live here. Pretty soon where the gente are going to get used to them taking 30%. Taking 30% out of their taxes. You won't see a gross number unless estás trabajando bajo la mesa por un way. And that's and so I don't agree with a lot of the policies, just like Karina Powers is going to come on and talk about how they're implementing things on our children in school, and she's on top of it, gente. She is so on top of it. She's sharper than, have you ever seen the History Channel? They had a documentary. The sharpest swords in the world were the Japanese swords. The sharpest swords in the world were the Japanese swords, and how you knew, the way they named them, is how you knew which one was the sharpest sword. The samurai swords. Okay, so when the samurais went to war in the pinche montañas back in those days, they had the sharpest navaja, machetes, espadas on the planet. So, according to the History Channel, I don't know. I mean, everything's a conspiracy theory now, huh? Is everything true? Some shit I just take at face value, but it is what it is. Use your spider sense. Órale. It was a 4-body sword, a 5-body sword, a 6-body sword, 7, and it went up to 10 bodies. These were the sharpest pinche samurai swords that they had, right? And the 10-body sword literally is what it means is that the spada itself can in one stroke slice exactly through 10 bodies. How they tested that chingadera, I will never know. That's interesting to know. It's a piece of information. If it's historic and it's true, that's crazy. But anyways, I got to get back to what I was talking about. Orale, that's right. Oh, Denise Castillo, I see you. I appreciate you. Prayers your way, amiga. Mando Castillo, that's right. Prima, que hubo. That's right, man. We got cousins there. Orale, Cultura Cafe, man. I'm missing some of the comments. Leo M, I see you. Jose Lomelli, that's right, man. I knew some Lomellis. They were from King City. I think they were King City or Greenfield, Lomellis. From around this area? The youngsters all the time. I'm going to camp meeting this Friday, you guys. I'm going to be at the youth center. I'm going to be over there for an hour, unless sometimes it gets to a max capacity. And if there's more than like 60 youngsters, because the whole facility is 120. If there's more than 60 youngsters, then I'll do a second one. And basically they just go, I grab some water, reset, and go again. And help them again. And then sometimes the youngsters stay after and be like, man, everything you talked about, my brother was in YA and this and that, and moms used to do this and pops used to do that. And the whole time I'm telling you is that there's key root issues that are happening. So I'm excited. I can't go back to that. We're coming up on 8 o'clock hour. I started early. That's why I'm past an hour. Orale, okay. So yeah, they'll tap in though. That's going to be next Wednesday night. I'll put the flyer up there. Karina Powers, of course, influencer in the area. If you're from the 831, then you know. We'll be broadcasting that one on YouTube, and we'll also be putting that on Facebook. Okay. That's right. Also, AZ, I see you new here. Saludos, man. Hit that like button. I appreciate you tapping in over here on Chicano Tube, man. We're just wrapping up everything that we talked about. With the Tony A comment, my last comments on that will be these as well, because it was trending, and a reaction to a reaction it was really just bait to kind of get the conversation going in that direction. And hey, it is what it is. The gente need content to talk about anyways. But as far as, I mean, what would I, if I was a music, which I was in the music industry, but if I had an artist here, am I going to be talking about his contracts? Am I going to be talking about his, all the technical shit that's like the tours and equipment, or the fucking, what is it called? The sound checks? Or what am I really talking about? You know what I mean? Because it doesn't take two brain cells just to tell the artist, and he's going to tell you his story, and he's probably going to tell you some wild stories, you know, that's happened on the way, or in hotels, or in this, or in that, or hopefully it's nothing crazy, like, you know, just like bullet holes and shit like that. But that's also a reality to a lot of people as well. And I hope not to a lot here on Chicano Tube. I hope we're going to get past all that. Also, I'm gonna be on the members only. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be getting some ink. I didn't think this late, but you know what? It. I'm probably just gonna go down, you guys, like Skip. I'm gonna go down like Skip. I think I'm just gonna darken everything. I'm just gonna darken everything. So I'm gonna do that too. I'll put that live up. You know what? I might do it on YouTube just a little live, just to give her, shout out to her, the tattoo artist, some shine. You know what I mean? So I think I might do that live and shit like that. And you might like the designs and everything. It's evolution, gente. You know what I mean? A lot of people have ink. It's way more acceptable now. When my mom, rest in peace, when she had breast cancer surgery, the young surgeon, had way more ink than me. I was like, este pinche way slinged up all the way to the neck and ears, and because we're in a time right now where, you know, we ain't supposed to be looking at people on the outside no more. We're past all that, man. You know what I mean? Let's start looking at some character, especially when it comes to these youngsters. You know, the youngsters know the message. They're going to hear it again this Friday right here. You know what I mean? Make these things prevalent and make these things trendy again. Class, respect, humility. That's strength. That's real strength. When you can control yourself instead of busting out on all emotions and feelings, that's real power. You know, so I talk to the youngsters like that, and so if it's more than 60 youngsters, then I'll do a second group. But that's going on this Friday, you guys. We're coming up on the 8 o'clock, man. We got a lot more to talk about. Orale, Mr. Chicano, I see you. Mr. Chicano Worldwide, that's right. That's right. I see you, my boy. Central Cal. Catch us on the replay. Yeah, catch it on the replay. And same thing as if you're listening on the replay is what you can do as you're listening to it on the live, or whether you're listening to it podcast style. Not a lot of people want to stare at the ugly mascara, so they're just hearing me on the earbuds. Shout out to all Memorial Hospital workers and UPS and FedEx and all the ones, Home Depot, that have commented or just see me up and down, and comment. So we're wrapping up right now. Jason Ramirez, we need the people with amor. Amor goes a long way. And you know, but here's the younger cats hear this and be like, look at these older heads. They're just talking about unity. You know, I could imagine, because you think I could man, I'm getting hot. I had to take the cachucha off. Okay, we're going to wrap it up with this message. You think I can forget being a youngster? You think I can, so I like all of a sudden I forget and I don't know what they're thinking. That the generation in front of them, same thing we thought. The generation in front of them, they're just older. They don't know how we do things. It's this way, and you got to be changing, evolving, and something with the time. But what goes a long way is giving respect before, just by formal introduction, just by formal, whatever the relationship is, by giving that up front, it sets a whole different quote. Not just that. Central Cal, he said, don't judge the island boys. Orale. I might mention, I don't even know if I want to mention that one right there. Respect goes a long way in life, in every single area, to the youngsters and where you're going to get inside of. How far you're going to go in life. So the 3 or 4 or 5 youngsters, I could retire just by those 3, 4, 5 youngsters from the camp that I see in real life now, not in the camp anymore, living their lives and getting ahead. He said, don't judge the island boys. I can't call that like an alcoholic. I will say this. You know what? Again, because, we grow up in the neighborhoods way. So That kind of stuff right there was like, you probably see that like in magazines or something like that. I'm going to keep it real. I didn't jump on the internet right away. We just grew up in driveways. When I got married to my wife, beautiful, smoking, sexy hot wife, she was wondering why I hadn't been to like Vegas or traveled. And we just grew up in driveways. And it was what it was. And we were planted, or we were posted, we would say, right? So I don't give a shit who you go to bed with. I never have. If you think that, that's fine too. You know, I don't think that. I got too much on my plate. That's what I look at. I'm always trying to battle with myself. You know, I got my own battle going on with myself and other things. And so why would I even try to look past someone and say, oh, let's esto. So I don't give a shit. But when I seen him put all the boxing gloves, I said, that's some BS. Because they ain't got no hands. I automatically knew, no, they ain't got no hands. The way he was throwing his hands, no, that wasn't going to go far. Orale Floyd Chavez Sr. Yeah, we're coming up on 8 o'clock, you guys. We're going to wrap it up right now. Hit that like whether you're listening now or listening on the replay. Announcement, the first in-person interview next Wednesday night. Next Wednesday night, the first in-person interview bringing to the studio. Excited about that one. Mover and a shaker. Someone that's expressive is going to tell it like it is, and we might get struck out. We might get struck. You think I'm kidding? I would rather take a strike on the channel. I would rather take a strike on the channel that the truth can go out to the gente. And if it benefits you or if it benefits your family, it improves your lifestyle, it makes you better anyway. I'd rather go out like that, and then I'm done. And then no more internet, and then the internet's done. I'd rather go out like that than not go out at all. And at least I know something was planted, something good was really, really done out of YouTube Landia, out of computer land, right? That's right, que hubo fum. That's right, Floyd Chavez. Smokey the Local Bear, I send my man. I hear you speaking, Smokey the Local Bear, en lo que trabajas, way, and my respect, man. That's crazy. Do they even have any? Do they still do CTFs that send crews and stuff like that, or they don't do that no more? Do they? That's crazy, man. It's work, and of course I have firefighter amigos, friends, and all that. You know what I mean? There's a building over there on the south side that it's like a training center for the firefighters. And they have to carry bodies, and you can see almost through it, and they're going up the stairs carrying bodies like this. I'm like, you need to be ready, gente. That's why we're getting Chicano fit. I started getting ready back in February, so it ain't no thing. So the 6 Pizzak, it ain't a 6-pack of Modelo. It's the White Claw now. Some people call them Brown Claw. Orale. I started working out way back in February. Not conditioning. No, not conditioning. Not unless I went back to the gym with the youngsters. They asked me, but they always ask, right? When I was over there chilling with the Ghost Guerrero. And I'm probably gonna go to Silver and Black Boxing, you guys. Again, every time I go, I give my number 3-4 gente, word of mouth, right? They want me to just to MC it, MC the fights, MC the events. I think it's just the charisma, right? It's the cotorreo in between. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, you guys. We're gonna get the last comments of the night, you guys. I'm gonna read them though. Martin Bautista says Nate or Jake Paul. I want Nate. I ride with Nate. That's familia right there. If you didn't know that, that's familia right there. So with the Diaz, you know, I'm sure he's probably from Michoacan too. He's probably from Michoacan. My dad was from Cualcomán, Michoacan. That's right next to Tierra Caliente, gente. That's next to Tierra Caliente. They're neighboring. Now you can't even visit over there. There's a lot of just traficantes. It's just not safe. It's not safe, you guys. I might, I'm going to show you the new studio. Again, it was the completion, actually, of this studio on the DJ Live. All right, so that's this Friday night. Okay, we're gonna go hard on that one. We got to go hard on that one. Let's go hard this Friday night. Tap in a little bit after sunset, maybe 8 o'clock. This was just started with one section. Now we did the whole damn thing. All 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's one big studio now, so. You walk in here, you're like, damn, it's black. You know what I mean? You could do one of those. Right here, you could bring them for like one of those good fellas pegadas. Remember when they walk them in? Or remember on Donnie Brasco and Lefty, and they give him the lion? What is this, Sonny? Well, you thought you was going to get whacked? It was a dark room, dark room. That's right. Cuba OG, Triple OG. That's right, man. Final comments of the night. Coming up on 8 o'clock. You might catch me in the comment section. I'm going to tap back in with the familia first, though, you guys. And I'll have this one up again. So first in-person interview next Wednesday. Stay tuned with that, you guys. Friday night, it's going down like panties on a prostitute. This Friday night, I'm going to show you the new studio, which is, it's almost like this studio right here. The new DJ studio. We got to baptize it. So it's been sitting there for a couple days. Let's go ahead and baptize that on Friday night. And if you guys share that, we'll be popping with the music. But if not, we come back on Sunday. And if we add anything to the lineup, just subscribe over to the channel. That way you get the notifications every single time that we go live. Listen back to the replay on this, where we talked about 10, 15 different things. Always something beneficial to the gente, you guys. Hit that like on your way out, though. Por favor. Last shouts out right here. G. Sierra's in the building. Another Chicano Tube lady. I appreciate you, amiga. How are you? Is everything good? Back for on Chicano Tube. Seeing what's cracking, amiga. Catch the replay. Even if it's on the podcast, catch the replay. We talked about some interesting things. We went all over, but it's exactly what the people want to talk about. That's right. And Spider-Man's checking in right here. All right, you guys, 8 p.m. I'll let you guys go. Be on the lookout for the very first in-person live next Wednesday. This Friday, we're coming with the new DJ studio, which is just the completion of this, actually. And I can't wait to go at least show that to you guys. And we're going to go hard this Friday night. Believe me. And in the weekends coming up, I'll let you guys know what's happening up and around your area. Go out there. Get some pinchy sun, okay? We're people of the sun, okay? We need to be soaking in that pinchy sun, vitamin D, not all the time, put on sunblock. But, of course, you know your area, you know, in one of those dry heat areas that you know, and in an hour you're toasted. No, well, don't do una pendejada así. But get some sun. Go out there. Disconnect, because the internet don't come first. You know what comes first? Dios, familia, y cultura. That comes first, you guys. So I'm out. Remember what I always say. Stay tuned for Friday night. We got from the new studio, the 90s Party Line returns. And the next Wednesday night, you're not going to want to miss the guest. She's going to speak her mind. And we might get struck out. We might get struck halfway through the live. But if we do, oh, it'd be so worth it. I appreciate you guys. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.